Greetings from the middle of the map. This is Renee Benson at AV Renee KC. You are listening to and watching the AV Life.
Hey there, it's Nancy Blanchard with Screenbeam, and what an exciting Tuesday night because the crew's all together, except we're missing James, unfortunately. And do I dare mention Joe Way?
He'll pop in.
Are we giving it a rest this week?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Well, you are listening to and watching the AV Life.
Hi, Brandy Johnson here from the Met Stadium in Queens. So you are listening to and watching the AV Life.
Hey, everybody. You're joining us. There's all of us here. There's a bunch of women, so I'm not surprised to find that Brandy is in Queens because there's a lot of ladies here tonight. We are getting together and figuring out the excitement that is happening. I'm Murphy Daly, author of the AV Project Manager Handbook, and you are joining us for the AV Life.
And I'm your host, Tim Van Woeart, and I'm coming at you from, I guess, over the river and through a highway from where Brandy is, from New Jersey. And you are watching and listening to the AV Life. All right. Yes, I am. Sir, I got the ladies of the AV Life here tonight. It's just, yeah, this is great. I know James and Joe are busy. James is probably out on the soccer field sweating it out.
Yeah.
You know, Joe is
Sweating
probably
his tail off in 110 degrees.
Yeah, pretty much. And Joe might be on his boat. I bless you. So I don't. He said maybe tonight. So I figured he wasn't going to show up. So
Probably going to be like a surprise in a few minutes or something.
yeah, I know. Yeah, just it's like
a wrecking ball.
I was gonna say he's like Beetlejuice. You got to say his name 3 times in a row, and then then the wrecking ball happens and he shows up. So
yeah.
So I mean, first off, the accolades for Renee keep coming. And Brandy, that was amazing today, by the way. So
thank you.
Yeah. And for those who didn't see, Brandy, explain. Let's talk. Excuse me.
What I've started.
Yeah. Let's talk about what you started here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm totally throwing this into the works right now, Renee.
So I decided that I wanted to do like a kind of lift up of one woman every month. And so it's going to be the LinkedIn Women of AV Hall of Fame. So today, my first Hall of Famer is Renee Benson. Because Renee works her freaking tail off. She is absolutely amazing. Her cup is empty, but she always has enough room to pour into everyone else, her friends, her family, and volunteers, and does so many things for everyone. And I felt like I wanted to give her something.
Nice picture. Yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Thank you. It made me
So
cry. I read it and I cried. I was like, okay, I got to work now. I got to go. There's just a lot going on right now. So it's just, it hit at a time where it's like, oh gosh, it's right here in the feels.
Well, you know what? We all just want to feel appreciated, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do.
And I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. That was really
So she'll be the first of many. So I'm going to be doing it once a month.
Cool. Well, I mean, yeah, you made a great choice to kick this off with Brandy. So
I know.
That was, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to do something that was outside of work, outside of, a group, just something me to the women of AV that are out here trying to pave a way.
And that's so nice. It's so nice because it's, in an industry where we were, what were we at one point, 14 or 15%. Now we're down to 11 or 12%. It's nice. That's why when we get on these podcasts, I'm like,
it's crazy.
What's the percentage?
You would think it would be I know.
Like 80%.
You would think it was like a more, women industry, but it's really not.
Yeah. Well, it was very kind, very thoughtful. I'm very appreciative.
Well deserved.
I don't feel like I am doing any more than anybody else, but I just
There's
so many women going to be in this.
Oh yes, so many
in this mix. So I'm excited see who's showcased. And by the way, can we like nominate people to you, or is this something?
You can.
Okay.
You absolutely can nominate people to me.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
the AV industry has certainly come a long way from when I entered it, and it was like 98% men,
Mhm.
or even higher.
Yeah. I will say, I think within the last 7 years, I think we've come even further. I think there's been a sharp, increase since about 2019. I think I mean, now Renee, I'm going to lean on you on this one.
Yeah.
That was when we were having like 2019, 2018 was when we were having like the booth babes conversations, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It's been a
totally,
few years.
yeah.
Like that was when like I feel like we were at a low at that point. Like
2020 ISC Amsterdam. Yep.
okay.
It had kind of plateaued. I mean, it had kind of got there, but I mean, because I remember when I was at Central Marketing, which would have been, you know, I think I left there in 15, but I remember being, you know, at Infocom, when you work for a rep firm, you kind of spend time at several booths of your manufacturer's booths. And I remember, I'm not going to say the manufacturer now, but we got there to do my little booth duty. And I was like, what is happening? Where are these girls' clothes? And I'm not working a booth next to this.
Yeah.
And that, you know, so I think it just got worse from there. But I think when, you know, some of the men started standing up and going, hey, listen, the women,
right?
The women are uncomfortable. I mean, I was uncomfortable being next to, because you're not coming into a booth to talk to me in my polo shirt and my black or
right. If there's a woman standing there, yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'm like, and she's hired here to scan your badge and bring you in, and I'm like, I can't.
Well, even the best way to position it towards the male population with that is, would your wife be proud to see this? What about your daughter? How do you feel about your daughter?
Live thing.
Oh,
I have.
yep.
Cameo.
Yeah.
Cameo, Andrew from Key Code.
But you're right, Tim. I think right before, I think people started talking about it, you know, and podcasts became more popular and people were voicing their opinions, and we were talking about it on the AV Life, you know, back with the Corey days. So, I mean, it's been a minute for sure. And I definitely, you know, I think there's still a couple things out there that could be cleaned up, but
oh yeah, no, I'm not saying we're anywhere
so
near done. Like this is gonna be an ongoing thing.
There's still some mansplaining out there and some, you know, things happening that aren't appropriate. But
Well, I also
it takes time.
Yeah. It's just like the Hallmark movies, you know? I mean, it's all women that are in advertising, marketing, books. But what I'm finding with AV is that it's more and more women being out there in front of customers, and it's not just the traditional marketing positions.
yeah.
Like Forte, they just announced on LinkedIn, her name is Allie Ain, and she's now an executive account manager brought on with Forte for Arizona.
Nice.
That's
so
awesome.
We're seeing more and more of that. So
yeah. Well, I mean, look at even for anybody who attended the Women's Avixa breakfast, or when it was before it was even Avixa. I mean, there used to be 30 of us in a room, and
it was like crazy.
And now it's like, oh my gosh, Murphy didn't get signed up, and guess what? It's sold out. Like who'd have thought that it was going to turn into such a thing? Right. And it was really neat to be a part of Sony for that.
At 7 a.m.
So many of us women are here, and they had slides showing the percentage of women that are in leadership at Sony, and it's super cool. So we're definitely making that move. But I always appreciate things like what you're doing, Brandy. I think it's great because it's just a reminder out there, because you probably have a lot of followers on LinkedIn that are following you, and you have a lot of influence. You're a executive at your company. So, I mean, it's people like the Corey Schaefers of the world that kind of start setting those,
right.
You know, those tiers where we should be hitting. We should be hitting the fact that women are brought to the table, brought to the stage, brought to the conference. And
may I add that within the AV industry, we're talking about getting more people. Hey, there's 4 of us. That's pretty amazing. 4 women right now in this conversation.
Yeah.
Right? The AV industry, sure, we're trying to have more women. Why? Should the AV industry be interested in having more women? Not just because it's some sort of duty, although perhaps it is. It more has to do with who are they selling to?
We're
Who are
selling
the
them in.
customers?
I think it has to do, yeah, I think it really has to do with that. We have a different point of view. We,
Right.
we multitask, especially, being
Well,
moms.
no, what I mean is the customers are also women. They don't want to have a whole bunch
Right.
of booth babes. The customers come in going, I don't want to see showgirls
Right.
on the floor. What is that
End
about?
users are booth babes. That's
Yep.
women, not booth babes. Right? A lot of the end users are women. The decision makers for end users are women.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. And I like that HETMA is actually very aware of this, and HETMA feels especially comfortable because education is very full of females.
Women forward.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to say, like, hey, it's not just because it's the right thing to do. It turns out it's the profitable thing to do,
Right.
and the business friendly thing to do, to be available to the people who want to buy your product. Don't be a weirdo.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, well,
thank
there you go.
Wow. Thank you.
No, my phone's falling.
No, don't do that. Well, and so yes, that's so yeah. Looking forward to where this is going to take you, Brandy, in the coming months, and who you bring up.
Hello.
Hello. So we're gonna have a lot of just
I know.
random
We're gonna have a
drop-ins.
lot of drop-ins.
Let me drop.
That was from Broadfield.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to where this is going to go in the next couple months for you, Brandy, as you bring in more folks, more ladies into the Women Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And Nancy, so going back to, before we jump into our PM minute, and I want to give Nancy the floor, because unfortunately you couldn't make it last week, but we were talking about the investment firms getting involved with AV and things like that, and you expressed your interest in making sure that your voice was heard on this, and I wanted to make sure I want to make sure you had that platform. Speaking of this,
Experience. Well, it's just because I was listening to the podcast yesterday, and said in our Slack channel that was a great podcast. You guys had great discussions, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to. And yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit of experience from being involved with 2 investment firms of where there were layoffs from that. And, that's the problem. What I feel is that companies, and Renee, I think you mentioned about how an integrator did very well, which is phenomenal. But generally, my observations has been is that companies think that getting an investment firm involved means that you'll have expendable money that you ordinarily didn't have, so that you can expand your services and go from there. And with my first company, that actually wasn't the case at all. There was a lot of pressure every month, every quarter into what the bottom line was. And I started finding that the passion and the creativity wasn't there. It was being bled out because all of a sudden it was numbers. It didn't matter what you did. And being biz development, because I can't give immediate ROI, unfortunately, I got. So then I went on to my second company, very big, well-known audio company. And think about this. Joe mentioned about it. So that capital company was involved with pens, health products, fitness products, and decided to get into pro AV, not fully understanding that you've got to invest up front a fair amount to start getting anything back. So all of a sudden I was brought on, and then a month after, all of a sudden people were leaving, there were let goes. How is that for a new person? How do you feel? Like, do you think, is this really the right decision? Like, is my job going to be stable? within 6 months, which my manager told me it had never been in the history, I received a raise for my performance. Okay, that's great. And I'm starting to bring in all of these projects where consultants didn't ever want to work with us. And so before my vacation, was told, just keep doing what you're doing, Nancy. You're doing a great job. And then I find out on my vacation in the middle of the ocean that a text came through that I had been let go, amongst others, but it was the biz development. So I had 24 hours where I couldn't talk to anybody because I had to wait to get back on shore. So I look at that and say, well, wait a minute. Okay, so the investment company's saying, before we'll give you any more money, you got to make additional cuts. But they don't look at, what my efforts are or what I'm achieving. They're just looking at a bottom number. And I spoke to a former colleague from there who has left, and he said, I will never, ever work for a company that has an investment firm again. Because it doesn't matter how much effort you put into it, that doesn't matter to them. And so that's what I think about for these companies who are thinking that it's going to be positive and it's going to push them forward with having an investment firm. No, I don't think that.
And that's what we were kind of talking about, is that there's both sides to it, and there's success stories when it comes to, and then unfortunately, I mean, it feels like there's more failure stories, so. Well,
it puts up a red flag. If the company has nothing to do with Pro AV and doesn't understand it, and they're selling cross pens and natural products and health products, there's such a disconnect.
Right.
I will say that was kind of like, now, and that could also go not just with these investment firms, but it also could happen with acquisitions just in general. When Acuity acquired QSYS. QSYS, and there was that concern. Now it seems like, I mean, we're about 2 years now, it's worked itself out, but there was definitely a concern. And I think we even talked about it here, that that merger may not necessarily work out, because you're talking about like building management systems and then an AV system. And it seems now it's a success story in a way, because that brand has now, QSYS is still doing what they do best. So
correct. And I can tell you from experience with all the mergers of engineering firms, so MEP with consultants and things, and the background of it, like with Acuity, is that they were working with them. What it allowed QSYS to do is get in early on projects from the very beginning. So that was the strategic move. Right.
Yeah. And that was to make, and then making sure everybody understood, how that whole package was going to work. So,
yeah. So, but
So, I mean, and so that's kind of where we left it last week, was that, there's the good, the bad, the ugly, it's, so, it's all in how it's managed. And, it's any kind of investment or anything like that could very well be looked at as a giant project, right, Murphy?
Well, there you go.
I'm not sure where you're going with the PM minute here today, but at least if I got us into the direction of projects, that would.
Everything's a project.
Everything's a project. Yeah, there you go.
Everything is a project.
Yep.
See, I have this whole thing that I'm working. God bless you guys. I've been thinking about telling better stories about projects and project management. Like, I'm a writer. May I introduce you all once again to the AV Project Manager Handbook, which is so exciting. There it is. Go get your copy. It's on Amazon and it's amazing. But I'm a writer, like I said, and I've been sort of talking in snippets on the social media. I'm like, hey, there's more to be said about this, right? So I had a PM minute that was not a minute. It was way longer.
Yeah.
But I can say it has to do with there's the difference between projects and operations. Operations means running everything, that you have to keep everything running, and that is long term. There's all the maintenance, as it were, right? And it is a operational effort to keep vehicle transportation running. So perhaps if you have your car, I have to keep my car running, that's operational. And so when I stop and get gas, these are little things, you know, I make sure to lock the car. These are operations, little activities that I do to keep operations running. But if I need to get a new car, that's a project. But it's a project under the category of keeping vehicle transportation, right? So we're taking a little more than a minute, but here we go. She's back, Brandy. Okay. When it comes to running a company, you have to understand all the little things it takes to keep the operations running. It's not enough just to keep operations running from the like up level surface. There's all those things that keep it going. Like if I don't do all the little things that keep that car running, and those little things turn into projects sometimes. Sometimes they're operational, like it's more operational to get gas. That's not a huge effort. And these are things you roll into operations. So when I'm tying it back, guys, follow me on.
We're with you. We're on the road.
When a person who doesn't understand how it works comes in and takes over, they're going to kill the operations by not paying attention to the projects that make the operations run. Because they don't know. And they have one view. They're like, we're going to keep the ocean smooth. Like, yeah, but see, I just changed metaphors. But anyway, they don't know all the things it takes to keep it running. And everyone who's intimately involved, like if I'm driving my own car, I know if it sounds funny. And I'm going to know because I'm going to have a sense of it. They're not going to have a sense of it. They'll say it still looks like a car.
Right.
What do they know? Right. So Nancy, like these people who are coming in, doing what they do, they're like, nah, we're going to package this up to hand it off to the next guy to buy it. Right. This is
They don't know.
They don't know. Right.
And that's like what Nancy and I were kind of talking about a little bit earlier. It's kind of before we started recording. I guess everybody else didn't hear it that wasn't listening. But that listen and pay attention to the people who are involved, who know what they're talking about, who know their business, who knows the project or knows the territory, whatever, the customer, whatever the case may be. Trust your people and get them involved. And it doesn't always have to be, well, this is how we're going to do it.
Have some humility.
Yeah.
I just came from a planning meeting for one of my charity events, and they're talking about a complete revamp, and it has to do with privacy in the local school district and this and that. And it's like, some of the older people are like, well, we can't do that. We do it this way. This is how we've done it. It's like, no, now things are different. The world is different.
The world's different.
Yeah.
That's the kiss of death of any project this is how we've always done it. I feel like, well, maybe not any project, but like there are a lot of projects. If it wasn't working before. Yeah. I mean, feel free to correct me on that, Murphy. Like, you know, I'm not going to say I'm going to correct myself off the bat that it's not every project, but in the wrong situation, it could be the kiss of death.
You have to pay attention to what you did before, what needs to happen next, what's possible. Listen to the people who understands what's happening. And sometimes the people that understand what's happening are the people that have decades of experience. And sometimes they're the people that have experience in a new technology that the decades of experience guy doesn't have. So all those people in there.
People don't like change. I think people get freaked out with change, and sometimes it's uncomfortable to make that change.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's like that. I had that experience with consultant liaisons. They had a template for JBL, copy, paste, put in, boom. and not really considering what's the application and the environment and stuff.
Right.
And
Right.
maybe that's not going to fit.
Yeah.
And also try it a little bit, see if it works. And if it doesn't work, stop. And if it does work, do it a little more.
Right.
Seems very simple when you.
I know.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Everybody go get a copy of the AV Project Manager Handbook. So you
Yes.
can
Yeah.
learn of these good
That's
tips.
right.
Exactly.
That's right. Pay attention. Listen to people.
Always. Communication.
And check
Yes.
into the AV Life, because we are here telling the real deal, stories of what's really happening.
Yeah. We don't always
Exactly.
And how to be successful.
There's a lot of experience on this call here. So this is for all facets of
Yeah. Yep.
the AV industry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's
That's why one of the reasons I kind of appreciate my resume, because it's like, I've been here, I've had my hands here, so you kind of feel the pain of, and Nancy, is this your first time being kind of a territory manager? So now you feel the pain of that.
I had it that back when I was with AMX, but it was totally different. It was more like a biz development position,
Yeah.
even though it said territory manager. Whereas this is more, like it's sales, it's numbers, it's this and that. So yeah.
But when you've played kind of all of the cards and you know how the game works, and it's like, okay, you appreciate a little more of, okay, I'm going to go ahead and listen to my project manager because they have experience here, and I feel that pain of not following it right. So
yeah.
So
Actually the fun, and I had a couple of these today. I had like one mission today and I didn't even get to it because I kept having leads and opportunities and things. And I talked to a guy in Arizona, and it's the same thing where we're like AV legends and, talking about like the old days in AV and this and that. And I love those.
yeah,
Because it's just that connection and things. And, and I think we talked about this before. I mean, he was surprised. I called him up and he goes, "Oh my gosh, that was a quick response. Thank you so much." And it's like, but that's the support that I provide.
right.
Yep.
Sorry, phone notifications don't stop.
No, they don't, do they?
Oh, another home run.
Brandy's getting
I don't know what's going on.
It's a party over at City
It's a
Field.
party in City Field.
It's a party.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Oh, there's one. Oh.
Let's see. We're gonna go to ESPN. We'll see if ESPN will tell
Oh
me.
yeah,
what,
it's pretty bad if we find out what's going on with the game faster than Brandy does, and she's there in the school.
Well, that's typical.
let's see.
I mean,
it says
We just switched. No, I don't think there was a home run. I don't know what's going on.
okay. Interesting. Yeah, it shows that it's 4-1 San Diego right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no. We did get one home run at one point, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was here
Yeah. Well,
All right.
enjoying the vaudeville team and, some of the integrators. It's been really nice.
mhm. Yeah, sometimes it's not about the baseball. Sometimes it's about
It's not about the
networking.
baseball. It's
Yeah.
about the company.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
We should wrap up so you can go enjoy your company.
Yeah. Yeah, we're keeping you away from that.
Yeah, I know. That's talk about dedication right there.
There you go. Yes.
Dedication award.
I could be a hard Yankee fan and say she's not missing anything, so it's fine. If she was at a Yankee game, different story. I'd tell her to
Different
go
story,
watch the game. Yeah.
We need to all go to a Yankee game, Tim. We should film live. From
There you go. That would be great.
Sponsors. We need
Hey,
sponsorships.
anybody who wants to sponsor the AV Life at a Yankee game, I'm throwing
Let's
that
do
out
it.
there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to fly in a few people, but
Yeah.
So there you go. There's my call out. So
I think we need to use Brandy as the event coordinator for all of them.
For AV Life events.
Well, for anything, for me,
Single agent.
for Screen Beam. I mean, gosh.
You
Girl,
can have
you got it.
a side
I
hustle
didn't plan
there.
this one. I just show up.
Okay.
I should invited.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Well, yeah. Let's start wrapping this up here. We'll let Brandy get back to the Met game, and we'll let everybody else go here. This is this is a great little conversation here today. We're gonna have some special guests in next week, so keep an ear out for that. HETMAGolfClassic.com, as that's coming up September 28th. Watch out for HETMA at EDUCAUSE that whole week as well. We'll have a presence. We'll be there. Come find us. It's going to be a good week in Colorado. So at least that's what it's aiming out to be. So, ladies, thank you so much for joining here tonight.
Thank you.
I am
It was
blessed. I am blessed that I have such a great group of the four of you, and I miss Kim Frank as well. She's not here nearly as much as she used to, and I know she's being all big VIP, person now with her new gig. But we wish we miss her and wish she'd come back. And eventually, Joe, we'll get us all here once at some point.
Yeah, Kim and Spence, big shout out. We miss you both.
We
Yes.
need Spence. Yeah, I need Spence back. I need to talk about meat. We
need to talk about meat. Spence, I miss you.
So, so to all of our listeners out there, thank you so very much for listening in for here this week. Like I said, listen in next week. We'll have more of the craziness, more off the rails, all the love that all the things you love to expect from us at the AV Life. And I can't talk tonight, so this is probably best that we're ending early. So,
And
as
weather.
all,
We'll talk weather next week too. How about
we'll
that?
talk. Oh yeah, we didn't talk weather. So yeah, so there you go. That's what's wrong. We didn't talk weather.
Didn't talk weather.
Tune in next time.
It's humid. It's humid. It's humid here in the
Just a
tri-state
label.
area. There you go. So,
I'm staying in San Jose where it's mid 70s.
oh, that's what I need. I need that. I need that.
Send it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, all right, folks, enjoy the rest of your week. And as always, until our next adventure.
Bye, guys.
All right.